Good afternoon, students. Welcome to another lecture of digital electronics. Today, I will discuss about digital IC families. So we're going to start with digital IC families. Today's topic is digital ICs family. Before discussing in detail about the same, we must know about what IC. So I will discuss a little bit about ICs. So IC. IC full form is integrated circuit, integrated circuits. Most of the logic gate functions they are performed by ICs. That means that is most of the logic gate functions are performed by ICs. That means maximum logic gate functions, which we have already discussed, they're performed by ICs. ICs mainly consists of, it mainly contains, you can say it mainly contains it mainly contains diodes, transistors, capacitors, and interconnection conductors, interconnection conductors on a small chip. Done. Now, ICs have made digital system more reliable by reducing the number of external interconnection from one device to another device. ICs, they cannot handle large current or voltage because the heat generated in a small space would cause temperatures to rise beyond acceptable limits. So, this point I will note down. ICs cannot handle very large currents or voltages because the heat generated in such a small spaces would cause temperature to rise beyond acceptable limits. Done. Now, how can you define now the IC? How can you define now IC? Now, logic family definition. You already defined the IC. Now, we'll define the logic family. Logic family definition. A group of compatible ICs with logic same logic levels and supply same logic levels and supply voltages for performing various logic functions have been fabricated have been fabricated using a specific circuit configuration is called logic family. So this is the definition of logic family. So this is the definition of logic family. Next, we will see the classification of logic family. So heading is classification of logic family. So classification of logic family is the heading. Now, logic family is broadly classified into two types. Logic family. I will show the table graphical classification using graph. So one is bipolar, another one is unipolar. A bipolar is further divided into two types. One is saturated another one is non-saturated. And saturated is further classified into RTL. Then you have DCTL. Further going beyond, then you have GTL. DCTL. Then further you going, then you have I square L. Further you have HTL. Then most important among all is TTL. In non-saturated, you have two types. One is Schottky TTL, and another one is here ECL. Both are very important. In case of unipolar, you have PMOS, then you have so you have in non-saturated, you have two types, Schottky TTL and ECL. In unipolar, you have PMOS, then you have PMOS, then you have NMOS, and last one among the unipolar is CMOS. The important among all these is TTL, then you have Schottky TTL, non-saturated one, and then you have ECL. Then in unipolar, all the three are important. That's PMOS, NMOS, and CMOS, right? Yeah. So now we'll study the characteristics of digital ICs. Characteristics of digital ICs.